Pants. Everybody looks amazing. We are celebrating the 80s on the show. And we're decked out in our finest neon and acid wash to celebrate one of our favorite decades. Okay, are you ready for some totally tubular girl chat? Let's do it. We technically call it girl talk.
I love that game too.
I got so excited.
First up, supporters of Republican presidential hopeful Donald Trump gathered in Louisville, Kentucky, following his successful night at Super Tuesday. What happened at the rally to a young African-American female protester who says she was there simply holding up signs. It has been reported that Trump instructed his security to escort them out, and that's when this happened. MotherJones.com posted the video. Please take a look. You can see several men repeatedly shoving the woman to get her to leave the rally. This is so disturbing. I said I hate talking about, we are obviously going to address it, but it's sad that this is even happening. So, Tamar, what do you think about what happened at the Trump rally?
I mean, listen, my nerves are completely on probation because, you know, this tape didn't play Trump actually telling the girl, get out. Like, first and foremost, I feel like if you're a racist of any kind, you should not be able to run for president.
It's supposed to stand for at all. Liberty and justice for all.
And we are a melting pot. Like, for me, it's so disturbing and disgusting because there's white people in my family, Mexican kids running around the house with Trina and them. And it's just like, no, they in my family. No,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
And it's like, we don't talk about, you know, you're black, you're white, you're Mexican, you're other. We don't do that. Everybody is all one and the same.
Yes.
And I'm just disgusted that somebody who's running for president, you're not even in the House yet. Let's just say, God forbid, you become the leader of the free world, and you are already setting the standard of how you're going to run. You are a racist. You already are showing everybody who you are. You might as well come out and say white power. You might as well go ahead and do it because that's what you're doing.
I just couldn't even believe it. They said people were in neo-Nazi uniforms at the rally. And I just can't imagine that you would even condone that or speak up and say, that's not what I stand for. I don't appreciate that. That's not. But he doesn't say that. He doesn't say that that's not what he stands for.
Well, by the time this show airs, a lot of things will have transpired. I think one thing at his rallies, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you are a protester, he tends to say, get out. And then that makes the crowd go crazy.
So you're saying this is what he does? This is not the
I mean, it's like he's been kicking out protesters since the beginning of his rallies. You know, once he says get out, then everybody kind of like, it draws attention.
And guess what? And just like Tam says, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You never lay hands on somebody when they don't deserve it like that. You never say something. You don't talk to somebody like they're a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think the thing is that if you go to his rallies and you criticize him, he can't stand the criticism. So he tends to, you know, say, get out, and then everybody's like, yeah, and then get out. But the most important thing about this whole thing is this is why this election is very, very important. Very important that you go to the primary, register to vote so that you have a voice. Period. It's very important. That's it.
I feel like it's important to tell the young people out there, and you could say I'll take it, but I'm going to be honest. I am not. Politics is not my forte. I probably am not as interested. I'm not caught up on every CNN debate. That is honest. So I come to, you know, Lonnie and you a lot of the time. You guys are super up to date with everything, and I ask. But if I'm honest, when I saw this video, it made me so outraged that I was like, I have to find out what's going on. Because God forbid, if I just sit back lackadaisical and I'm like, oh, this doesn't affect me, whatever, whoever's going to be our president, someone like Donald Trump could end up being the leader of our country.
And
so
just think
it
about
woke me up to be like, yo, watch the CNN debates, educate yourself. You gotta find out what is going on.
Well, it's not even
this
that.
ain't it.
That ain't it.
You know,
This is not it.
we're talking about we're being nostalgic about the 80s. We didn't have Twitter. We didn't have Instagram in the 80s.
Yeah.
Now we have that. So this is the reason why we're able to catch these types of things that's going on, you know. So let's be thankful that as time goes, you know,
I also
we can improve on our technology, and you can use that. You don't necessarily have to watch the CNN debate.
Yeah.
Increase your timeline. Follow the news sources.
Yeah.
You know, follow people that, you know, are honest journalists. You know, follow those people if you don't necessarily want to look at the news, you know.
Hey, super quiet.
all
You have
kind of
anything to
things out
say,
there.
friend?
I do. I think what concerned me were the guys' faces. They had faces of hate, bitterness, and disgust, and they even felt like they had the right to actually touch her and push her. So what this, I hope, does is spread the awareness that racism does still exist. However, I think the most dangerous kind of racism is quiet racism.
Yeah.
It's the people who think it's really cool to support the black people in public, but at home, they're still talking bad about them. And that is something that I think we really need to think about and be on
I'm
top
not
of the
even
issue.
talking about black people. I just want to, because this country is made up of all types
different
of people.
races.
So
All
we have to be
different races.
very careful when we use that word.
Now, I don't have to be careful.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general.
I know what I saw. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But no, but he's done it to all types of people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just the black girl.
Yeah, but if we're talking
You
about
know.
this video in particular, because this is what the first thing that I saw of this fool. Fool. Yes, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid.
It's other out there.
Can I say something about it?
It's
Well,
other
I
They
say
feel
something.
a certain kind of way.
I
Go
was
ahead,
going to say
Jamie.
something really quick. I think it's not just the voting. That's very important. Everybody has to get up and go make their voices heard, because
Yes.
your voice matters in what could end up the future of our country. That's number one, yes. But number two, I think we all need to realize that racism is something that not all people understand. It might be because you've never experienced it. It might be because you were born during the civil rights movement and you don't understand that. Okay,
Right.
fine. We need to empathize. Look at that young woman who was getting pushed. Feel what that must feel like to be pushed and to be shoved for whatever reason, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you look, and then think about those men. The way they looked in their face, the way they think, how their mama raised them, what their grandmother said, taught them to be a certain type of person. So now what's important is that we have to use your voices, whether it's in your classroom, at home with your mama, with your neighbors,
Preach,
have
girl.
the conversation that is still happening today.
Period.
And change that. Talk about it with your family.
Come on, somebody.
Empathize with one another.
Empathy is such an important thing, because even if it's not happening to you, you have to be empathetic. That it's, even if it's not your race, even if it's not your people, and you're like,
That's what I
oh, but they're not doing it to
Don't
us.
wait till it's a black person or to. He's
Yeah.
been doing this since the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's just important that you register,
Yeah, absolutely.
that you vote, that you make yourself known, and also speak up about it. There's nothing
Speak up.
wrong with speaking up about it. You have social media. You have no excuse, young people out there. You have no excuse. Speak up about it.
And
Your
Elder,
future.
That
Everybody
video
said what
felt
they
like
want
we
to
were
say?
going back in time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like.
I guess that's what I find just so, I'm very confused about. I feel like at certain times we're actually moving backwards, and that's why I said what I said when I actually saw those guys, when I saw the guy's face and what they were saying. What a lot of people may not hear is they're actually saying
The N-word.
the N-word. They're saying derogatory. They're calling her derogatory names, and that is the reason why
Well,
I said
racism-
those guys were being
Right.
racist towards
Exactly.
her, because there was proof. I mean.
But racism is fear, and it's the fear of losing
And
your way of life.
idiocy. They're uneducated. They don't know.
Uneducated.
Well, those are some educated people in that audience. Let's
Yeah,
not-
but they're not educated.
ignorant.
They're
No,
ignorant.
they're ignorant. I think they have a
Ignorant.
fear that they're going to lose their lifestyle. That they have this fear that, you know, that look at what's happening. They don't want to change with the times. We already got a black president.
And you
now
know
we're
what?
about to
That
have a
is-
female
You
president.
know what?
Okay.
You are no, Lonnie. You're actually.
That's
No, Lonnie. You're actually actually onto something, because as a person who's in an interracial relationship, if a lot of people don't know, my husband is white and I'm a product of a mixed marriage. My father is white. I believe we are on the brink of change. 1 out of every 10 marriage couples are interracial. And I think these people who are acting like this are afraid. They're afraid of losing that control. And I'm sorry, guys, at one point you're just going to have to accept change is coming. It's already happening. And it's okay.
It's all right. It's all right to have a black friend, an Asian friend, a Hispanic. It's okay to have friends of different races and colors and nationalities.
And children as well. I have beautiful
something
big
good in
kids.
all of them.
Yes.
I love my different. Not all the people in that rally are racist.
Agreed.
Okay, I will say that. So I don't want people that, just because they say, well, I support Trump, they may not necessarily be racist. They may just like Trump for some reason. So we have to
Even there are
understand that.
some Republicans that don't agree with Trump. He's running for the party, and they don't agree with what he believes in at all.
Right. So that's it's possible. But what happened in that video, I will agree with you, is wrong.
It's wrong.
And people should be able to go to a rally and not get pushed around.
That's right.
I will say that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say that.
You can express your opinion without becoming violent.
Yeah.
Why can't they express their opinion? From what I understand, they were very peaceful. They had signs. That's actually what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to become
violent. And I'm not
violent.
choosing the side by saying this, but I am saying I did see a rally with Hillary Clinton. And homegirl, she stood with her side
Yeah,
for
right
at least
in front.
10 minutes. You said, women, what you got right there? Okay, we're going to talk about this later.
Right.
And that's what you
Well,
do.
they kindly pushed her out.
Yeah,
They kind of grabbed her and they was like, come on, baby.
But she wasn't like, she didn't say, get out. This ain't their break. Just get your life. Exactly.
Yeah, it's different ways of handling it. I think that's what we're saying. So,
lighten up, chillax, okay?
I know, y'all.
Get you a Coke and a smile.
On that note, we've got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more 80s Girl Chat on the Real.